So, out there in YouTube land, gotta ask you, what are you watching these days? What are you watching on TV? We told you about Entourage. Entourage has 8 seasons, and apparently they even have a movie. We stopped watching it because, as you heard, it wasn't one of Rob's favorites. So now I think we'll probably go back and pick it up somewhere around season 4 or 5, and maybe even rent that movie on a nice rainy Saturday or Sunday afternoon. So, what are you guys watching out there? We would love your comments. Tell us, because we're always looking for something new. And we are going to give you our top picks throughout the years. And Rob, I'm going to let you start. Tell me, what are some of your favorite series, binge-worthy TV series?
I don't even know whether you can get this series or not. It's a early 90s sitcom that I personally think was ahead of its time, and it didn't last long. It was to me, so beyond Cheers and Jerry Seinfeld and all that crap. I just never could really get into that and appreciate that. But Ally McBeal, oh my God, a bunch of lawyers from Boston, I think, and just graphics and cutting edge humor for TV back then, and just a cool series, man. You couldn't wait till Tuesday night for the next episode. So Ally McBeal, that was one of my favorites.
Do you know the thing that I remember most about Ally McBeal? There were a lot of things, but the one guy, when he would play with the ladies,
with their gullet?
Their gullet, yeah. And that they had a shared restroom in their office building, and it was one with stalls. So it wasn't just hand washing, it was the restroom itself. So, that was kind of interesting. We had never seen anything like that.
Yeah, that was way, again, way before that.
So what else you like?
Well, I'm hoping that they get it back on soon, and that's Queen of the South.
Oh, so good, so good.
I super like that. It's, another one of these drug cartel shows, but the characters are really good. Teresa and Camila, they're arch rivals from Jump Street, and it's just a super good show. Several seasons. We're waiting on the next season. It's kind of funky the way they release it.
Well, COVID had a lot to do with that too, because they had to do the break just when it should have been being filmed back in the early spring. Anyway, if you get a chance to check that one out, Queen of the South, so good.
So my final one right now, currently, is The Crown. And I like The Crown because who doesn't like to at least know what some of the royal BS is or whatever's going on with those guys. They're always good for a headline of some sort. So this is kind of maybe, I don't know, it's not a documentary, but it's kind of behind the scenes. It's based on a loose amount of truth, but there's a lot of cool stuff in it, a lot of events that you would remember, that you heard about, and just filling in some of the backstory or the perceived backstory. I'm assuming that it can't be incredibly far off, or there'd be a bunch of lawsuits about it. I understand that the Crown itself has not commented back to Netflix, but it's a cool show. So what do you think about it?
I love it. I love it, and I love that they have. For the first 2 seasons, it was one set of actors. When all of the royal house, they were all younger, and it was when Queen Elizabeth first took reign. And then after season 2, season 3 and 4, it was a new actress that is the queen, a much older queen. And to see her change from being a naive young woman into this matriarch that, to me, is, I don't know, like she lost touch with real life. And what's his name? I don't think Prince Philip ever had a touch with real life.
But it's cool because they haven't just changed the queen.
No, not Prince Philip. I'm sorry, whatever his name is.
Prince Philip. They changed all the actors and aged everybody, and they're going to do it again in season 5 and 6. So it's a pretty cool concept that I think is we haven't seen.
Yeah, love it. Definitely binge worthy. Unless you're one of those people like me, we like to wait for the season or for the whole series to be finished up, so that way we're not left hanging. So that's good. I can get on board with all of that.
Tell us.
So I'm a
What's your deal?
big, huge TV buff. I love, love, love TV, and I could go on all day about series. Now we haven't had real TV in God, I don't even know how many years, but we do have Netflix, Hulu, and every once in a while some other ones. But I think my number one right now is Schitt's Creek. And oh my God, I am so in love with David Rose and his character. And let me tell you, when he did Simply the Best, totally nailed it, made me a fan for life. That show I just can't get enough of. And I'm trying to hold it out before it ends because I know that it's coming shortly. So I wasn't sure about it, but a couple of my friends or our friends had suggested it, so that's what we watch. Schitt's Creek.
Mindless TV.
Oh my God, it's so good, so good. One of my all-time favorites is Nip Tuck. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was like back in maybe the 1990s, early 2000s. We didn't catch it until maybe 2008 or 9, maybe even 10. But when we did catch it, oh my God, Rob and I binged it. I remember we stayed in on a rainy, long weekend. It was Memorial Day weekend, and sat on our couch when we still had a home, our home in Delaware, and just watched it. Just watched it the whole weekend for 3 days. It was crazy. So I love Nip Tuck. It's about two plastic surgeons and the crazy drama that they run into. It's not always funny. It's not even, I don't even know if you consider it funny. It's just bizarre. And it has some interesting plots and turns to it. Californication. That was an HBO series, and I think that was back in probably the early 2000s. And can I just say, Hank Moody? Oh my God, Hank Moody. He is a writer in LA. I think he lives in Venice Beach. And anyway, he takes you through all of the different parts of California and Hollywood and LA and the parties and the actors. And
there's a bit of this California trend going on
yeah,
there. What's up with that?
I freaking love California. Everything California. Love it, love it, love it. And I have been just so mesmerized by California. I don't know, probably since I learned about the gold rush or something in school. So and I remember growing up. I grew up on the East Coast, so California was so far away, and maybe it was the furthest place I could possibly get and still stay on dry land. I don't know. But anyway, I still love California, and I get all goobery and giddy when I know that we are getting ready to go to California. And thankfully, we have a son who lives out there, and we get to visit him. And he lives right in the smack of weirdness. He lives in Orange County, so I get to see all this stuff that I've been watching on TV for all these years, and we go and we find these crazy places. And anyway, I can go on for hours about that. So,
what else?
Number 3, Sons of Anarchy. This one is this fictitious biker club, a motorcycle club, and they're kind of outlaws. I think they, I think they really resonated with a group of people that normally didn't watch dramas on TV. It was pretty believable, and I must say the lead actor, Jax, Charlie Hunnam, hope I said that right, sorry if I didn't, is just amazing in there. And I know many of us girls were counting the times that we got to see Jax's bare ass on camera, and I think we were pretty happy about those nights. Thank you, Jax, for indulging us ladies out here. And that's Sons of Anarchy. Great show.
So pour me another one. And, talking about California, you know who else you forgot to add?
Who?
Bosch.
Bosch was so good. Bosch is on Amazon Prime for free. Oh my God, he lives in this house. Bosch is a detective story. Very, poor guy, very emo, very dark. But he tries to live in the light. Tries to bring safety and security into LA's downtown. Meets some really crazy stalkers and killers. But he's got this house, and I guess it's up on Mulholland Drive, but it overlooks the whole City of Angels, and it's amazing. I think, God, if I had a house, it would be that one there, except when they show it to you, it's on stilts. So, not sure that I would want that. Anyway, I know we're probably all over the place, and we are going to wind it down for now. I'm Maureen.
I'm Rob.
We are the Stromads, and this is Time for the Vine. Cheers. Mmm.